about rights issues of shares, right? Now here, you have to understand, for example, when a company releases shares to the public can buy the shares and kind of become owners, right? Owners according to the percentage of shares that they have bought of this company, right? Now, can we say that the company, when it has sold the shares to the people, so the company can also have an obligation towards the people that, okay, these are the people who are helping me in my business, because ultimately the money from the shares are doing what? They are going into the business. So the company one day feels very generous. He says that, okay, right now I am releasing 10 more shares. The company says, okay, I am feeling very generous right now. I want to set up another factory. I am releasing 10 more shares. I need more money. And here, the company can say that, okay, apart from these people, there are also further more rich people there. But since these people have helped me, right, in making my company public, they have invested in my company. So why not I distribute these 10 shares. I tell these people only that, okay, you come and buy these new shares from me directly, right? So the benefit for the company is that they can have more shares from their, they can have more money from the market. Benefit for the company is that it is about the company they're trusting, and also they also can have a little bit of more ownership from the company, right? So it is about the rights issue of shares. This means that people who are already shareholders, they kind of have some rights, right? They kind of have some rights that if the company is releasing new shares tomorrow, I can maybe have some right to purchase them on a first come first serve basis, right? So when a company is to raise additional capital, right, and keep the voting rights of the existing shareholders proportionately balanced, the company issues this kind of shares. The company issues new shares, but the voting rights, right, the voting rights will still be balanced. How? It will be selling to that existing shareholders. That is how you can keep the voting rights kind of balanced. If you bring in new people, they will be having voting rights. So it is about valuing your existing shareholders, right? It is the offering of rights given to a company's existing shareholders, allowing them to purchase additional shares directly from the company at a discounted price. I told you that the company can feel generous and tell, okay, these are the people who trusted me. Let me give them more shares at a discounted price, right? While keeping the voting rights same. The number of additional shares that a company can purchase depends on the existing holding of that company, right? Then you have to understand that companies need cash for various bases, right? And this is why these extra shares are sometimes released. And the existing shareholders will be getting preferential treatment if we are directly giving it to them, right? And like ordinary shares, rights shares also are traded on stock exchanges. So the existing shareholders, if they are getting more shares, and if they tomorrow want to sell those right shares, they can easily sell them without any issues, right? And here the benefit is that, right, existing shareholders may choose to forego the right shares, right? See, if you are a shareholder in a company and that company is releasing this rights issue, you can say that I am happy with my shareholding in this company, I do not want to buy more discounted stocks. Then, right, however, if they do not purchase additional shares, their existing holdings will get diluted once additional shares are issued. This is the thing. This is the catch here, right? This is the catch here. If you are not interested to buy the extra shares, then your overall company's shares are actually increasing, right? So if the overall company shares are increasing and you are not buying the shares which are offered to you, and if those shares are bought by any other people outside, then your effective ownership of the company or say voting rights will be diluted. So it is actually better to buy those shares for the existing shareholders, right? That is why some existing shareholders can have a problem with this. Okay. Here the context is that the Indian Oil Corporation, the IOC, the nation's top oil firm, right? it has planned to raise capital through the rights issue of equity shares. Because right now the IOC wants more funds. They want more fund. They want to, achieve their net zero carbon emission project. Right? Net zero carbon emission project is trying to, ensure that there is no extra emission of carbon dioxide into the, atmosphere due to their own cause. Correct? And this is actually aligning with the Paris Agreement of limiting the rise of global temperature by 1.5 degrees Celsius by 2050 and 2 degrees Celsius maximum by the end of the century. And that is why to achieve this target we need to reduce our carbon dioxide emissions, right? And to achieve this, India actually said that we will be achieving net zero by 2070 as a part of its Panchamrit program of India, right? So the government, which is the majority shareholder of this company, is likely to subscribe to the rights, because here we have to understand IOC is a PSU or the CPSE, right? Central Public Sector Enterprise. Now the government will be purchasing back the shares. Why? Because the government will be increasing its funds and investment. Because the net zero carbon emission projects is also a part of India's Panchamrit program or government program. So they are very keen to do this.